I'm gonna go out on a limb without even finishing this and say that this is the worst steak I've had to date.
The cheesesteak, the holy grail of sandwiches, was started right here in the city of brotherly love. No matter who you talk to in Philly, everyone has their own opinions about the best steak. Sure, we have Pat's, Geno's, and Tony Luke's as the big tourist hotspots, but are they really as good as they're made out to be?
Like most Philadelphians, we don't frequent the tourist attractions. Neither of us has ever even had a Tony Luke steak. But in the name of trying every cheesesteak in the city, we decided to hop in our car and drive down to South Philly to see how Tony Luke stacks up against the other Philly favorites.
Take two, Tony Luke's. You could go yourself. Damn.
I haven't eaten this particular steak yet, but I keep wishing it were a donkey steak. But
Yeah, and if you're wondering, this particular steak here is a Tony Luke steak.
yes, so oddly enough, I don't think either of us have ever had a Tony Luke steak.
Not that I remember.
I don't know.
It's just a place, you know.
It's in a
Apparently
really
it's-
weird location.
Yeah, it is weird.
I almost stopped at a Popeyes instead because I love Popeyes.
That is tragic.
So yeah, I don't know much about Tony Luke's. I know that like when it comes to like the cheesesteak giants, Tony Luke is probably
He's a big guy.
third. Yeah,
like a medium guy.
like Pat's and Geno's, everybody, like, whoa, gets all worked up about.
For God knows why.
I know. And then Tony Luke's, I guess, would be like right behind them. So I'm so excited to eat this.
I've already opened mine, so it's probably like ice cold by now, but whatever.
Okay.
That first bite was good.
Mostly cheese.
I have no complaints about the first bite.
First
It's a
bite was
little
alright.
cold. But
Yours
that's
is
my
also
fault.
unwrapped, yeah. One thing I will say is, like, just look at the end of the steak. There's, like, not a ton of action going on here. Like, it's, like, mostly roll. Yours looks completely different from mine. Unless the middle of the steak is more dense. The meat to bread ratio is off.
Now the meat on this one, it's very strippy. Very Geno's like maybe. But
Geno's is thicker.
Geno's is thicker, but still very strippy. Not my cup of tea, the strips.
You don't like the strips?
I don't like the strippies.
There's a lot of cheese. But it's kind of, and this is coming from me, overpowering everything else because there's not a ton of meat.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. Lots of cheese. Average amount of meat.
I think it feels that way because it's in strips.
I guess.
With every bite, I keep thinking about the donkey steak
Oh, you stop that.
and how this shit just doesn't even compare.
I wonder if I would have enjoyed the steak better
I would
if
agree.
I had it before I had donkeys.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Because
Nothing pales in comparison right now.
I think everybody uses the same type of cheese whiz. Like I don't know if that's true, but I would assume everybody has like very similar cheese whiz. The cheese whiz on this is grossing me out. Like it's not good.
Yeah.
It tastes like nacho cheese.
I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, like and there's so much of it. I couldn't tell you what the meat tastes like. I have no idea.
Let's try a piece of meat just by itself. Just because it doesn't look like this one's doused in cheese here. I think I dropped some meat on the ground.
The meat itself seems pretty good, but like
The flavor's not there though.
well, that's probably why they put so much friggin' cheese on it.
I gotta say, I'm like unimpressed right now.
I gotta say I'm a little grossed out, to be honest.
Unimpressed and grossed out. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this, to be honest. You shouldn't be able to judge a whole chain based on one location, but since this was the original,
Yeah.
it has to set a standard.
I'm gonna go out on a limb without even finishing this and say that this is the worst steak I've had to date.
Ever in your life?
Yes!
Yeah, it's not good. It is It's saturated. The bread is saturated. It's chewy. The meat is tasteless. The cheese is overpowering. Like, I feel like the cheese isn't thin enough. I think it's like, it feels too creamy and chunky.
I feel like I'm eating nachos on a roll. Like, that's honestly what it tastes like.
And then there's a significant amount of grease coming out the bottom here.
Well, that's to be expected.
I guess.
Wow. I need to take a sip.
I actually don't even want to finish this.
I'm not gonna force myself to finish this.
No. I like wish. I don't know what I wish. I'm distraught. Look at that.
Okay.
Get a close up of this. We need a cameraman.
I've had it. It's disgusting.
Well, Tony Luke's, are you happy?
Are you happy?
Are you
Tony?
happy?
God, why is this a popular cheesesteak?
I don't know.
Like, Pat's okay. Like, I'll eat it. I don't go out
Pat's
of my.
was better than this.
I don't go out of my way. I would actively avoid going to Tony Luke's at all costs. Like, I don't ever want to eat another Tony Luke steak ever again.
Oh my god.
Do you not feel the same?
No, I agree. It's just funny. We're gonna get a call from the Tony Luke's lawyers.
I know. They're gonna be like, you're what's that word? Oh.
Cease and desist, please.
Yes.
I'm disappointed, honestly. I'm very disappointed because
I wish I had a backup steak.
this is our lunch, number one.
Yes,
This is
we
our
paid
lunch.
money for it, and it's not like this is like a $5 steak. No. This is like, what did I pay? $20 for two?
Should be free. God.
I hate
Government
this.
shutdowns affecting everything.
I know.
My bread, disgusting.
My
bread.
bread was good.
It looks like nice. It looks intact. Like mine looks like someone attacked it with a squirt gun.
My cheese was the grossest thing I've ever eaten in my entire life.
I feel like it was at the bottom of the Cheese Whiz barrel, like just sitting in the heat there. It was probably at the bottom down there, like, because it wasn't good.
And, like, I know you can get other cheese options there, so, like, I wonder if you got, like, pepper jack or something, if it would taste better.
It'd probably be actual cheese.
But this is terrible. I will not go back. The meat, it depends.
lost our
it was
business.
so drowned in cheese that I couldn't really taste it, but when I ate the other end where there was no cheese, it, like, didn't enthuse me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the meat was flavorless for me. And I don't like the strips to begin with, so... Overall, terrible.
Just in case you didn't realize, this is a disgusting cheesesteak. If you disagree with us, please let us know. I would genuinely like to know what your argument is.
And tell us where to go to get a better Tony Luke's steak.
Yeah, like if we just went on a bad day and you say you guys need to go again, sure, we'll go again.
I won't feel good about it.
I'll be reluctant. Maybe we'll get one and split it so we don't waste money.
Yeah, we could have split one because there's no way in hell I'm eating this whole thing.
No, I'm not.
Not even half. They don't cut it in half, which I hate. I like to be able to hold it. The only good thing is the onions.
Yeah, the onions were really good. Mm-hmm. The onions and my bread were the two.
Just the onions for me.
The two good things, but the rest of it is terrible. I don't even know what else to say. So we're done here.
Mm-hmm. Short video today because
I'm not gonna eat the rest of this. And like we said, do you disagree? Because I'm pretty sure we are ready to go to bat for how bad this steak is. So yeah, let us know. Mm-hmm. And if you say, hey guys, maybe this would be a good steak to have next time to get you back on the right track, I would love to know.
yeah, leave that in the comments.